Hey, plumbing bros from around the world, how you doing? Welcome to Potty Talk Live, where we're taking into the crawl spaces, the trenches, the basements, the kitchens and baths, all over this world of ours to talk to plumbing professionals just like you. Hey, I'm Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber, coming at you live from Command Central here in beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana. Well, it's not so beautiful today. It's been raining all day today. Looking forward to talking to our guest. We've got a great guest, great story. You guys are going to want to check this guy out. Cool cat, but he's also he's from Florida. So been talking about I guess it's like 70-some degrees down there and sunny. Of course it is. But we'll hear more about that. But it's been a rainy day here in Indianapolis, and actually did some work. I was working today, other than just working my mind. You know, I was actually doing some hands-on work. And so I'm feeling a little bit here. That's good to do some work, right? It's good. It's great. It's great to be alive. You know, our minds and bodies are working. So if you're working today, you know, thank the Lord, right? All right. It's good to be working. Hey, also, if you're a plumber that's a licensed plumber, okay, if you're a licensed plumber and you have a plumbing dream, okay, you got your truck, you're all set to go and looking to do your own thing, all right? That is so cool. Been there, done that. Hey, but there's some things you got to know to be successful, okay? And I want to get something into your hands, all right? I want to get my free report into your hands, okay? It's free, all right? The 7 must-knows to be a $1 million plumber, all right? It ain't rocket science, but you got to know these things, okay? 95% of all plumbing businesses fail, all right? And they don't fail because, you know, we're not good at what we do. We just don't know the business side of things, okay? And so it's not always just about plumbing. It's the plumbing business. You got to know the business, and there's 7 key things you need to know. And I guess we can kind of call them secrets. If you don't know them, they're secrets. But hey, they're not necessarily secrets. They're just 7 things you need to know. All right. So hey, if you're looking to be successful, I did want to get this my free report in your hands. All right, it's there. Okay, it's going across the screen there. Just simply type free. All right, FREE, type free down in the comments, and I'll get it right out to you, all right? Get it. Just do it. Do it. Do it. If you're serious about doing your own plumbing business, all right? Just do it. All right. Hey, let's get to our guest, our special guest. We got a cool cat here, all right? A cool cat from Port Richey, Florida, Mr. Tom Shell. Welcome, Tom Shell.
Hey,
Tom
Richard.
Shell Plumbing. Hey, man, how you doing?
Good. How you doing? It's good to be with you.
Hey, it's great to have you on, man.
Yeah, Newport got me following Jim from last night, man. That's a tough act to follow.
He was a fun guy, but hey, we want to hear your story. All right.
All right.
And so hopefully, you know, he's watching tonight to hear your story, right?
Yes.
So, but great to have. Hey, we have Lou, says my man Tom Shell, your buddy Lou here.
Lou, he's in my band with me actually.
All right. Hey, band.
Yep.
All right. You just don't plumb. You got a band?
Yeah, I've got a band. We play classic 70s, 80s rock music.
Cool.
The guitar player. And,
all right.
Lou's the bass player.
All right.
Top notch there, yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah,
good
so I don't just plumb. I do a little bit of everything.
But that's fun. We were just talking. I was talking with the producers here at the show here beforehand. We were talking with all these guys, all these plumbers that you know are in these rock bands, have these bands, and we ought to have some kind of have the guy send some demos in or something like that, and have some kind of playoff or something.
Yeah,
you know?
like an all-star band.
There we go. Right.
Yeah.
All right. What's the name of the band?
We're called Time Warp.
Time Warp.
Yeah,
all right.
Because,
cool.
We're all different ages, so we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Hey, I'm just checking. Hey, we got. It looks like your wife. That's my amazing husband.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, you got your number 1 fan on. All right. Good for you, man. All right. Hey, well, tell us how'd you get in plumbing then? I mean, you're in a rock band or whatever, so you had music background, but what got you into plumbing?
Well, when I graduated high school, I went on to college, plans to be a doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other. Right.
So I was going to college, started working at the family plumbing company, and I was getting paid for 40 hours, but I wasn't working 40 hours. And
nice.
A couple of years later, they told me, you're going to get paid for what you work. And so I had a decision to make. I had bills to pay. had an apartment to pay for, and so I quit college and started plumbing full time. Started out in new construction.
Yeah.
It was just the same thing over and over and over, and then got into service, and service is what I like.
So service is your thing. That's a common story. Get into kind of new construction. That's what we learn. But your service, you're doing service.
I think it's a good idea for every plumber to start in new construction, because
I agree.
If I go to a house, and here in Florida, it's all slabs, very few crawl spaces. So I can look at a house and I can tell, okay, if the sewer's on this side, the water's on the opposite side, I can pretty much tell the way the plumber ran those pipes.
Right.
And if there's an issue, I know what's under there.
Right.
And it helps out a lot.
That's what I always like with new construction. It's kind of like elementary school. It's just the good basics and a good thing to do. So you young guys starting out, it's not the new construction isn't necessarily as fun, and it's not the best money. It can be for the guys that are really doing it for a long time and with the shops longer. But it's just a great place to learn. So
it is.
So,
I was out there in the trenches. I was digging. I didn't get any preferential treatment because...
That's right. In fact, it was probably worse. Your dad probably threw you into the bad stuff just to prove a point.
Yeah, I mean, I was making $5 an hour for like 2.5 years.
Man.
And yeah, it was brutal. But I had come from a grocery store prior to that, making $3.15 an hour. So that was a huge rate.
Yeah.
2.5 years, I went to the lady at the office that did the paychecks, and I'm like, hey, when can I get a little extra? And then she finally came to me and said, your dad said when you get licensed, you can get
right.
So I got my plumbing license in 1997 after just 5 years in the trade, the minimum necessary.
Yeah. And
then after that, I went and got my general contractor's license, air conditioning license, and then plumbing license or pilot's license.
Okay, there you go. Of course, that goes with your plumbing, HVAC, and pilot's license.
Yeah, you got it.
So you're pilot as well?
Yes, sir.
Pilot. All right. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. So plumbing's been good to you. In fact, but you're not working. You have your own company. You're doing your own thing, right? In fact, we have hey guys, I think we have a picture of your truck. Can you bring up the truck there? There we go. All right. Nice looking trucks, man.
Thank you. That's my truck sitting in front of my house, actually.
There we go. Well, that's a nice rig. I like that. The branding's so important. And so a lot of times as guys, we get too fancy in our, in the name and that kind of a thing, and then the people can't read it. You got to be yours passes the 3-second rule.
There you go.
Can you comprehend, who it is and what they do with just seeing it in 3 seconds? So man, it's nice.
The phone number is important.
There we go. Yep.
And it's got the shell on there for obviously for the last name.
Yeah, it's cool. Little tying that in. It's just nice and clean, man. Nice looking truck.
Thank you.
There we go. All right. So how? I think we were talking before we went live. Your dad's company. You guys grew. It was rather big. How big? Yeah. But you're doing your own thing. How many trucks do you have, or is it? What do you look to do?
Right now we have four trucks.
Yeah, that's nice.
At one point we had 40 with 55 employees.
Man,
that was monotonous.
There's a lot of. It sounds pretty sexy, but it's a lot of work, isn't it?
It's a ton of work.
It gets at 4 to 6 is a nice size. I mean,
it is. It seems to be the magic number for us.
Yep, you can make good money. You can control it.
Right.
And, you can stay on top of it. You can have free time. You're still with the guys. You're aware of what the guys are doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still out there every day.
Yeah.
I'm out there with them. I do the hard stuff. I take my rotation of 24-hour call just like the rest. Right. You do your duty. Right. Right. So when you got to tell a guy to go take care of a slab leak or whatever, it's like, hey, I do it too, right? Oh, yeah. Right. Exactly. So you do a lot of service. So you've gone to service side. So from the way the trucks look and look maybe how you have it set up, it's probably, so would you say most of your business is service? Yeah, I would say 95% service. We do some remodeling stuff. I I would say we're 60-40 residential, commercial, probably 60% residential. We've got some pretty good nationwide national accounts that we do work for, some restaurants, chain stores. And I mean, we don't even advertise, and we stay swamped.
That's good.
You got to set yourself apart from your competition. And that's what we do. We give them the personalized service.
There we go. It is about
professional, personable.
There we go.
They're our friends.
Yeah. I like that. I like how you said that. They're our friends. The customers are our friends. A lot of times, when I talk with the guys, some of the guys who are really good at plumbing. I know guys, and I'm sure you do too, they can just look at plumbing and the plumbing fixes itself, They're just, they got that plumbing thing, but they don't they don't have the relationship with the customer. And, and it's, the customer, no one wakes up in the morning and wants to call a plumber,
there's nothing fun about, having spend your hard-earned money on something you didn't expect when you woke up this morning.
Right.
And what I think is kind of cool, I'll take my kids to the grocery store, and I can't make it through the grocery store in an hour just getting 10 things because people are stopping me, talking, and my kids are like, Dad, who's that? Dad, who's that? And a customer.
Right.
And they remember that.
Exactly.
So I like that.
That's cool. I can so relate to that. That sounds so, similar. Well, we were talking before we went live in the green room, how, it's fun talk with guys all over the world. And it's so, it's amazing how similar our stories are, and that kind of a thing. The same kind of way. We go shopping with my family, and, you run into your customers. If you build that relationship, they don't run and hide from you. Right. They don't give you that dirty look,
Yeah, exactly.
And that's even customers that you're charging a lot too. Again, they didn't wake up in the morning and want to spend, a couple grand for whatever. Exactly. But they're glad that you took care of them. And, oh man, that's so cool. So what's your favorite kind of service job? I mean, what's your, when you get the call or I guess even what you're doing it because you're still working in the field. What's a job where you go, oh, I enjoy this?
I like the challenge. I always like the call where they say, I've had 3 plumbers out here and they just can't figure it out. Can you give me, and I'm all on that one. Even if I'm busy, I'm like, I'll be over there in an hour. I like the challenge, and like you, I like water heaters.
There we go. Okay. I know it sounds silly, but I just like, putting in a water heater.
It's instant gratification.
Right. And you're not too long. You don't have to murray the job,
Right.
You kind of get in, an hour and a half, and if you take your time,
right,
a couple hours. And
I always make it look good,
Right.
They're paying a premium, and
right.
Anybody can come and put in a water heater.
Right.
Everybody can do it professionally.
That's the key. So you guys listening, we just got a great nugget of gold here. Tom just threw your way for you young guns out there. They're not paying, they're paying for the professionalism. All right. And that is so key. And, they're paid a premium. You use the word premium, right?
Right.
And that's what customers are paying for. They know they can do it for less, and they're not opposed. We get in these conversations about the companies that charge whatever, charging too much. Customers aren't paying. They're paying for peace of mind. They're paying for problem go away. And they're paying for, don't tear up my house, make it look good, and then leave. That's what customers are paying for. And I don't want to worry about it.
What I like to liken it to is you can go to Burger King and you can, for $8, you can be full. You can go to Ruth Chris and you can pay $100 and you'll still be as full as you were at Burger King, but you're paying for the experience.
Right.
You're paying for what you get. You get what you pay for.
Exactly right. And that's a great metaphor, a great example. And the food doesn't cost that much more at Ruth's Chris.
Right.
Right. It's still, it's still cow.
Exactly.
Right. But you're paying for that experience. So you got to provide that experience. That is key, Right. So, the guys that are going in there and it's broke fix and it's just, like you were in med school. We talk about, when I talk with the guys, I use the example. I use a doctor as an example. When you're sick, you go in, the doctor comes in and just doing some basic stuff, but they're checking you out. They're spending some time with you.
Yeah.
They already know what's wrong with you. They already know what they're going to prescribe. They already know what they're going to do.
Right.
But they're just spending some time with you. And basically, we got to do the same thing.
Yeah, well, and to get to that point there, you'll go to a customer's house and you give them the bill, and at the end they say, "My, you make more than a doctor."
Right.
But I kind of do both their jobs, because I can tell you that you have roots at your tap, and I can tell you that you need a little more fiber in your diet.
That's right. That's right.
The doctor can't do both.
Exactly.
One of those.
Exactly. Yeah, my buddy who's a doc, he can't do anything with plumbing. Yeah, he can't do anything. So, but it's it's a great career, and that's what that's what, because like we were talking again before, that's what Potty Talk Live is all about. It's about the guys lifting the guys up and hearing everyone's story. But hey, it's a great career, and you chose a plumbing career over medicine.
Yeah.
And it's been very good to me, and it looks like it's being good for you. There's always a bad days, they're up and down. Hey,
yeah, there's some days when I want to go to Burger King and become an employee there.
That's right. You're right. I can so relate to that.
For the most part, it's great. I like it.
Right.
And all these sites that are on Facebook now, I pay attention to a lot of that. Mm-hmm. You can learn a lot from those guys. Yep. Yeah.
You sure can. So, I still hang out those kind of places too. So at different sites, So you mentioned
the underworld.
That's right. That's right. What's tell us something. You've been around the block a little bit here. So, give us a story or something that has just been different, or something you got yourself into, or Well,
I'll tell you one story. I went to this guy's house, and I hadn't been doing service for too long, and his house was on septic. He drained into a septic tank, and he had a stoppage. So before I wanted to start running the cable, I said, "Well, you know what? Let me dig up this septic tank and see if it's full." So I dug up the septic tank lid, and the entire top of the septic was full of condoms. I mean,
that's right.
And,
what's going on there?
And I said to him, I said, "Hey, sir, you can't be flushing those."
Right.
And he said, I don't use those. Those must have came from the neighbor. And I said, "This septic tank is for your house." And he goes, "But I don't." And then light bulb kind of went on. And so I just put the lid back on, put the lid back over it, and I said, "This one's on me. Have a good day."
That's right. Get out of Dodge. It's going to get rough there in Dodge.
Yeah, that's one that and that stuck with me for a long time.
Oh, brother. Yeah. Run across similar kind of things. So, oh man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, what's a favorite tool you have, or what's your go-to tool?
There's not much that you can't do with a pair of channel locks.
I know that's it. That seems to be the thing, is channel locks.
Channel locks and an 11-in-1 Milwaukee screwdriver, and if it takes more than that, then it's just broken.
There we go. That's right. It's time to replace it.
Yeah. In fact, here.
There it is. All right.
I tell you, these, and I always have my flashlight on me.
There we go. Yep. Channel locks and flashlight.
Yeah.
And we called it we had 4-way. That's what we called it. That was always. I always wore my back pockets out.
11. Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, what about you guys that are listening and watching? All right. What's your favorite? What's your go-to tool? You agree? So, let us know. All right. Hey, I'm going to take a little break here. Tom here, want to let the guys know, want to tell them about, of course, they're getting the 7 Must Knows. All right. You're going to download the 7 Must Knows. So just go ahead and do it. It's free. Just type in free and you get that. All right. But as you heard us talking, Tom mentioned about with groups, being involved and listening to these other plumbing groups. And that's a great thing. You've heard it said that, birds of a feather, flock together. Or if you ever heard it said that, who was it that said, we are an average of the 5 people that we spend our time with? Think about it. And those things are so true. All right. So, hey, if you're around the plumbing and you're looking to get better as your plumbing part of your side of your business and just the art and of plumbing and the craft of plumbing, hey, it's good to listen to other guys and what they do and be involved. There's some good membership groups out there on Facebook. Participate and listen and get involved or whatever. Okay. But if you're looking to, if you're again a guy that, has a plumbing license, a plumbing truck and a plumbing dream and you want to do your own thing like Tom is and I've done and many others are doing, you can do it. All right. But it's good to be around other men that are working on the business side of things. Okay. Well, I have just a site for you, and that's exactly what we do. We work on the business. All right. It's my GoPro Inner Circle group. Okay, my GoPro Inner Circle group. We have business coaching there. We got industry info and insights, news. The GoPro show. We talk with other plumbing industry leaders. Of course, we get to network with other plumbing pros that are involved in the business side of things. We got my GoPro power tools. These aren't like a power hand tools, but these are the administrative, the company tools that I use to grow my business. That made it easier for me to become the $1 million plumber. There we go. All right. So if you're looking to become the $1 million plumber as well, you need to be involved with others that are looking to do the same thing. All right. Birds of a feather flock together. So my GoPro Inner Circle group, you can go to themilliondollarplumber.com/go-pro. That's themilliondollarplumber.com/go-pro. And got a special offer just for my Potty Talk Live guys. Okay. All right. There you have it. So just do it. Just do it. Do it. Do it. All right. Hey, let's bring Tom back here. It's time for the lightning round. All right. You guys ready for the lightning round? Tom, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's do this. All right. You guys wake up too. All right. Let us know. Put in the comments what your answers are. Okay. Here we go. Let's do it. Milwaukee or DeWalt?
I used to be a DeWalt guy, but I've recently changed over to Milwaukee. They've got a lot of good products. So
is that why you changed? Why'd you change?
They've got a lot for the plumbing professional these days. We've got the ProPress tools.
The ProPress, yep.
The Uponor tools. It's just and their product lasts a long time. Yep,
that's what a lot of guys say here about Milwaukee. DeWalt's good too. Don't want to badmouth DeWalt. DeWalt fans. I don't want to. But yep. All right, here we go. Adjustable wrench or channel locks? I think we answered that one.
They all have their place, but I'm a channel lock guy.
Channel lock guy, yep. All right, here we go. Red Bull or coffee?
I'm a coffee guy.
Yeah, old school coffee. Yeah, I got I still got my coffee here. All right. Here we go. If you had a superpower, what would it be, man?
Jeez.
Superpower.
I don't know. Can we come back to that one, Alex?
Okay, come back.
Alex Trebek?
Yeah.
I don't
you
know.
need to call in a lifeline?
Yeah, let's phone a friend.
Well, yeah. What would your wife say your superpower is? Well, maybe we shouldn't go there, but
yeah, I'm a great sleeper.
You're a great sleeper. Right. It's good. It could be. There's a time for that.
Yeah.
All right. Solder fitting or shark bite?
Definitely solder.
Yeah, that's a pro. Okay, McDonald's or Subway?
Oof. Both are pretty rough.
That's why I have it out here. I want to
probably Subway.
Subway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think crawl space or slab?
Slab. We don't have a whole lot of crawl space.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of crawl spaces in Florida.
No, very few.
All right. My good buddy worked on a slab today. Still talked to him today, and he got a slab leak right at the end of the day and stayed on the job to get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a
pro.
That would be actually my superpower right there. I can sniff those leaks out.
Can you? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a skill.
Yeah.
That comes some time,
I think 95% of the time I need it I can find it without needing the
locate come in.
Yeah.
Do you pay to have a locate come in, or do you do it yourself, or do you have the equipment?
We have our own machines. There's still an art form to that.
There is.
It's not what people think as far as they come in and say, oh, it's right there.
Right.
So there's some of them that can be a little tricky, and we'll call the guys that do that for a living.
There is a skill. I agree. Yeah. There's a skill. Unless it's, right near the, right at the top of the slab. And I did it for insurance reasons or just security reasons as well. That way I could blame someone else. But they said it was here,
Exactly. If I'm not certain that it's there, I'm not putting a hole in the floor.
Yep. Yeah. That's a mess. All right. Tank or tankless?
I'm a tank guy.
Yeah. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
There's
less things to go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You open up those tankless and it looks like something you need to defuse.
Yep. I mean, the technology is cool, and
it is.
I love learning it, and the guys, and I know it's pretty cool, but it's like there is so much stuff that can go wrong,
Right.
And and there's just the tank is just just easy technology.
Right.
All right, Gladiator or Braveheart?
I hate to admit, but I've never seen either.
You never seen either? Uh-oh.
No.
Okay.
I don't watch a whole lot of movies.
Okay. Well, what is your thing? What do you like to do then when you're not plumbing? You're flying. You're a pilot.
Yeah, I'm a pilot. Haven't flown in quite some time. Had my own airplane, but I got sick a couple of years ago and just didn't get to use it as much as I wanted to, and ended up selling it. And I've got a friend that I can use his airplane. In my free time, I play guitar, hang out around.
That's right. You're rocking out here. You're in the music kind of stuff.
Yep.
All right, man. Copper or CPVC?
Copper.
That's right.
Yeah. Even though my house is CPVC.
Is it?
Yeah, but I didn't do the plumbing here, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it work out? I guess, yeah. Is it a little more forgiving, in the southern, Florida, CPVC?
I don't think so. When it first came out, I thought it was the greatest thing ever. I was a little weary because we're putting it under slab with fittings under the slab, which completely boggled my mind because I was used to rolling copper.
Mm-hmm.
A fitting under the slab was just a no-no.
Right.
Then they say put the T's under there. And we're finding more and more slab leaks these days from CPVC, and I think the heat from it sitting out there is really making it brittle.
Right.
If they don't pour the slab immediately and get it covered, it's just getting brittle.
Yeah.
And now they're making everything exposed has to be painted with latex paint for UV protection.
Okay.
And it seems to be doing the trick, but I still don't like it under the slab.
I never liked the idea of fittings under a slab.
No.
Okay, here we go. Residential or commercial? I think we know.
I like residential because the customer is satisfied when you're done. If you do a commercial job, nobody even recognizes that you were there. They just know the ladies' room stall is now working.
Exactly. Right. And then you get paid maybe 30 days later.
Right. Yeah, maybe.
And you get to change.
Unfortunately, we just did a job for Toys R Us.
I've been through that. Yep. Yeah, stay on top of that. The commercial jobs, for a guy starting out, it can look awfully attractive, because you can get more, there's more work to be done, and, and they'll pay, but, having that cash is king. And, I quickly went to just residential, mostly residential, just to get paid, because you do the job, you get paid when you're done.
Right.
It's money in the bank,
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, what's your favorite on-the-job music?
70s, 80s rock guy. Anything from that era. I'll listen to anything, country music. I mean, from Boston to Randy Travis.
There we go.
Yeah.
That sounds so familiar, man. All right. What was the first thing you wanted to be when you were a boy, when you were going to be a grown-up?
I actually wanted to be, when I was a little boy, I wanted to be a pilot really bad. Yeah. But then I had a fear of flying.
That's right.
That didn't work out.
Right.
But then I got over that.
So yeah, obviously.
Well, that's kind of one of the reasons why I started taking flying lessons was to get over the fear, to put me in control.
Do you have much the heat turbulence or whatever in Florida?
Yeah.
And you get a lot of that? I mean,
oh yeah, definitely. The thermals.
The thermal, right, there we go.
Yep.
I was wondering about that in Florida. I lived in
summertime flying is brutal.
Pretty bumpy.
Yeah. You got to get way up there.
We get what part? Port Richey. What's that near?
We're just north of Tampa, maybe 20 minutes north of Tampa.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I spent my elementary years in Winter Park, Florida, which is Orlando area. But
it's about an hour and 45 minutes from here.
Yeah, but all I remember is mowing the grass twice a week. The grass grew like crazy, and so. All right, hey, Danny says hi. Nicely done, Tom.
Hey, Danny,
how you doing? All right, man.
Arizona, it gets really hot out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Phoenix, killer. Guys working in. So, well, what's your uniform? What's your uniform? Bringing that up in the heat. What's your uniform? Do you wear long pants in the summer, or
no? I don't. I know it's probably not the most professional looking thing, but when it's 95 degrees and 90% humidity,
man, I don't know how you could do it.
I got shorts on, man.
There we go. You can make it look good or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
look good.
I'm not sloppy. Wear a short sleeve shirt. It's always got our company logo on the front and the back, and
there we go. Looking professional, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, all right, man. Hey, we're kind of getting close here. What's a good piece of advice that you've been given that you'd like to pass on, maybe to the young guns that are listening, or even to us old dogs?
Never chew your fingernails.
Never chew. Never chew. Well,
no, I just always do it like it's your own. That's advice that was given to me a long time ago. Is do it like it was your house. I always have my letters on my pipe straight. You can always read them from the same direction. And I tell my guys, we're called plumbers because there's plumb in the name. Plumb is straight. So your water lines need to be straight. I remember we did this one model house. It was called a St. Martin model. And we had this garage wall that had a water heater, laundry tub, washing machine, all on this one wall. On the opposite side was shower, toilet, lavatory. And it was all the piping was in that 2x6 wall. We had to run all the copper in there. And I was working with this guy, Tim, for 2 years, and we called it the wall of death because it just had all this copper in it. And one day we're driving to the job, and this guy, Tim, says to me, he says, "Today's your day to do the wall of death." So I laid it all out, had it real nice, drilled my holes, soldered it all up, no leaks. It takes a good 5 hours to do this wall of copper. And he looks at it, he said, a little bit crooked, rip it out. And I thought he was joking, but he made me take every stick of that copper out of there and redo it. And he said, "You've got a level in your pocket for a reason."
Right.
And, that's just always stuck with me. All my pipes are straight. All my letters are facing out. It's just, it's got to look good. It's getting covered up, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
If you go to any of my jobs, and let's say this is at 4'10" in this house, it's going to be at 4'10" in the same model at the same house that I did 20 years ago.
There we go.
It's got to be uniform.
There we go, brother.
Yeah,
that's where you separate the men from the boys. I mean, it's that it's that simple.
And another thing is stay off your cell phone when you're at a customer's house.
There we go. That's right.
That's right. That's just, they're paying you a premium for your undivided attention.
Exactly right.
Cell phones are a thing today, and everybody's on them. It's just give that customer your attention, and that they're paying you to be there, not to talk to your friend.
Exactly. I know. Yeah, we're working with the young guys. I know. Yeah, you're so right. They're so used to it. Cell phones, all that's just part of our lives. But the customers are paying us, and they're watching. They're watching every move you make, and they're aware of what part of the house you're in, what you're doing.
Yeah.
And
think about it if you had someone at your house working on your house and they're talking the entire time to somebody.
Right.
Are they paying attention to your air conditioner, your fan that's not working properly? No.
Right.
They're talking about what's for dinner.
Right. And you can say, well, it's just that quick or this or that. And, I had a good buddy of mine, asked me one time, do you want to be rich or right? Even though you could be right about being on the phone and it's just how things are. And it's just, well, it's my right to be on the phone, blah, blah, blah. But, hey, do you want to make that money, the good money?
Right.
And, I chose I wanted to make the good money.
Yeah, with you.
To do that. So great. Hey, great advice. Hey, you young guns, listen up there. Tom just threw out another nugget of gold. And, so listen up. There's good information there, coming from a guy that's doing it and is looking good here. Tom, looks like you got a good thing going and trucks look great. Man, sharp guy. Life isn't just about plumbing, is it, for you?
No, it's not.
Yep.
It's
in fact, you mentioned, if you don't mind my bringing it up, we kind of, but you mentioned you were sick, and that kind of changed some things for you. You mind sharing that? I mean,
no, I don't mind. 2 years ago, I woke up in the morning, looked in the mirror, and flossing my teeth, and I noticed that my left tonsil was extremely swollen. Went to the doctor, and they said that was an abscess tonsil, and it just didn't go away. So they sent me to an ear, nose, and throat doctor, who removed my tonsils, and 8 days later told me that I had cancer. And, I thought once my tonsils were out, the healing of that was going to be the worst part of it, and then, continue on with life. And that wasn't the case. I had to go through chemo and radiation, and it was 2-3 weeks after I was diagnosed with cancer, found out my wife was pregnant. And we had a 16-year-old and a 14, or well, at the time it was 15 and 13-year-old. And now we have a 1-year-old. So, it's real life stuff. And, something that was a downer. And then we had a baby coming, which was, a real blessing. So but I'm all good now. I went through the chemo, radiation. I'm over a year in remission. They never call it cancer-free, but doing good now. Healthy.
Oh, it's great to hear. It's so right. Life is a blessing, and man, it looks like you're being blessed, and but you're also working for it.
Yeah, I work hard, and but I want to work hard now so that when I get older, I don't have to work as hard.
Right. And you're getting out there. Hey, again, you young guns listening up, or I always say this is also the no snowflake zone. There's no room for snowflakes in plumbing, and certainly professional plumbing. And guys, you hear, we just asked, what was this movie, Braveheart or Gladiator? He said he hasn't watched either one. Tom is Braveheart. Tom is Gladiator. All right, that's just the thing. You got hit with the big C, and you got a young family. You got the business, man, carrying all that kind of weight. But you made it through, and it looks like, and the plumbing's also providing you, a good life. Man, his guy's playing in a rock and roll band, all right. As a pilot, hey guys, the rest of us don't have any excuses, all right.
You got to get out there. You got to do it. You just, put your mind to it and do it.
That's so right, man. All right, hey Tom, this is great. A great program. I so appreciate you being on Potty Talk Live.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, it was great to get to know you, and I look forward to speaking again. And it's been great, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. Hey, thanks for making us look good.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Hey, you too, brother. Hey, gang, there we go, Mr. Tom Shell. All right, give him some thumbs up or some ones on the way out there as well. A great guy. Hey, if you're looking, hey. I mean this here for the young guns. Hey, there's no excuse. Hey, we just heard from a guy who, experienced, well, first of all, he chose plumbing over medicine, and he's doing the thing. He's working the job, he's gotten over cancer, young family. He's run his business. Still, he's in a rock and roll band. How cool is that? Okay. He's a pilot. hey, you can do it too. All right. So, you can do it too. So plumbing's a great career, and you just got to get out there and get her done. Just get her done. All right. Hey, if you'd like to be on Potty Talk Live, I'd love to have you on Potty Talk Live. We'd love to hear your story, all right? Just like Tom's story, I'd like to hear your story. Others would love to hear your story as well. So it's easy. Just go to www.pottytalklive.com and go down. It's right near the top there, but I think it says Be My Guest. Click on Be My Guest and fill out a little short form so we know who you are. And we'll get you on Potty Talk Live, and I'd love to talk to you as well. I love what I do here. I get to talk with guys. You can't be envious because I get to talk with all these cool guys all over the world, and it's a lot of fun. So I enjoy it, and I would love to talk with you as well. So also, I want to make sure you do download my free special report, The 7 Must Knows to Be a $1 Million Plumber. All right, it's free, so just do it. All right, just do it. Type in free in the comments, and I'll get it right out to you. That's free, FREE. And I'll get my special report out to you, all right? Just do it. Do it. Okay, there you go. All right, it's about time to flush this episode of Potty Talk Live. Enjoyed our time together. I hope you did too. Until tomorrow, again, I want to remind you that you were purposefully and wonderfully created to do great things, all right? That means you were created to do great things. So when you're out there doing your thing, swim like a champion.